Brink is a mixed bag, but in itself it is a flawed game. There is a lot of clever ideas, but the parts don't ever seem to come together. This is the biggest shame of Brink, as the gameplay itself is fun, but the rest isn't. And in the end, that is its biggest problem. It claims to be more than it is. The gameplay is the best part of Brink. It uses a new system for movement. This is one of its biggest selling points. This system, called Smart, allows the player to jump, slide and run around the map, travelling quickly up levels and vaulting over boxes, with the press of just one button. This parkour style of movement makes a game where running and gunning can be a very fast assault, but it also has its problems. It isn't always clear where you can jump to and climb from, sometimes causing you to run into walls and make silly mistakes. The other part of the game is the actual objectives. There is never just one thing to do at any time. There is a main objective, and then there is also a lot of sub-objectives. These are normally class specific, but generally involve you going to a less busy part of the map to do something that will boost your team to victory. Most commonly, getting yourself a new spawn, or some sort of buff to the team, depending. Finally, the most important part of any shooter is the guns, and there are a lot of guns. Each has attachments and extras that improve or change the gun's feel, all allowing the player to customize the gun to how he wants to play. This is the final treat from Brink. The sheer amount of customization that the game offers is pretty impressive. Many are just cosmetic, but some change the play of the game, affecting how far you can jump and run, to what weapons you can carry. The story of Brink is strange. In a nutshell, it is a fight for freedom. The single player of the game is probably the worst part. The AI is laughable. Bots have never been so bad. They are either the best shot in the world, nearly making every objective undoable, or they are so stupid you can literally stand next to them and steal their wallets, and they don't notice. However, every match you play has its own subtext. Splash Damage has done a great thing with this. They've built a multiplayer focused game that puts story on top of it, to give every map you play context. This is a great and bad thing. The good is that you can now have a reason why you're fighting these people, a reason why you need to move this robot from place A to place B. This is a great system, but it also means every time you play the level, it is the same story, swapped. The aesthetics of Brink are its second biggest selling point. They are beautiful. Amazing models and amazing level design. But again, it has its problems. It's some unbelievably high textures. The player characters look great and the guns are simply beautiful. But some of the levels and other models have very low textures. Some so low you'd actually think they were playing on the original ID Tech engine. As I said originally, Brink is a fun game, but it has a lot of problems. The actual game itself is very good, but it can't be the game it's trying to be. The gameplay is one of the best multiplayer games I've played this year, and probably in a long time. But as a single player game, I wouldn't go near it with a barge pole. The AI in the single player is stupid and slow, and sometimes they won't even look at you. The game is trying to be more than it can, and because of that, I can only recommend it to people who are looking for a new team shooter, who will look past the single player problems and see Brink for what it's trying to do. And that is a great multiplayer experience. Brink does it. It is fun, and at the end of the day, that is the most important thing.